Ironman? Chapter 1. The Triathlon. You can race on a bicycle. You can race against other runners. You can be in a swimming race. But what do you call it if you ride a bicycle, run, and swim in one race? It is called a triathlon. The first triathlon was held in San Diego, California in 1974. In the first triathlon, racers ran for 6 miles, rode bicycles for 5 miles, and swam for 500 yards. Since that first race, the triathlon has become very well known. It has grown and changed. There is even a triathlon called the Ironman. The Ironman is one of the toughest races in the world. Chapter 2. Popular triathlons. Triathlons are one of the fastest-growing sports in the United States. In the first triathlon, 46 people raced. In 2011, there were more than 150,000 people racing in triathlons in the U.S. Triathlons usually take place outside. People bike and run outside. They swim in the ocean or a lake. But in the winter, there are triathlons inside. Racers swim in pools and ride bicycle machines. Usually, the racers swim first. Then they bike. They run last. But there are other types of triathlons. One race may start and end with swimming. In another race, people may have to ride a bicycle twice. Triathlons can be short or long. For the sprint distance, racers swim less than a kilometer. They race on bicycles for 22 kilometers and run for 5 kilometers. In 2000, the triathlon became an Olympic sport. Now, there is a type of triathlon called an Olympic distance triathlon. In this triathlon, racers swim for less than 2 kilometers. They ride bicycles for 40 kilometers, and they run for 10 kilometers. However, the Ironman race is even longer than the Olympic distance triathlon. Chapter 3. The Ironman. A man named John Collins wondered who the best athlete was, a swimmer, a runner, or a bicyclist. Collins knew about long races for each sport. 2 miles was long for a swimming race. Over 100 miles was long for a bicycle race. A marathon was long for a running race. Collins combined these 3 races into one in 1978. He combined a 2-mile swim in the open water with a 112-mile bike race. Then he combined those with a marathon. A marathon is more than 26 miles running. Only 15 men raced in the first Ironman triathlon in 1978. 12 of these men finished the race. Collins was the 9th person to finish. Today, there are many Ironman races around the world. The Hawaii Ironman is special because it was the very first one. There is another difficult race in Hawaii. It is called the Ultraman. In this race, people swim for more than 6 miles on the first day. On the second day, they bike more than 171 miles. On the third day, they run more than 52 miles. Chapter 4. The Challenge. What do you think is the most difficult thing about racing in a triathlon? Is it the long distance of an Ironman race? is at racing in 3 sports. The Ironman is a very big challenge. Another big challenge is going from one part of the race to the next. In a triathlon, people usually swim first. If the water is cold, they may wear wetsuits. But later in the race, they will run for many miles. Most people choose to take off their wetsuits before they run, but taking off a wetsuit can take a long time. If the water is warm, people may swim in bathing suits. After they are done swimming, they ride bicycles. Later, they run. Would you like to ride a bike or run in a wet bathing suit? Chapter 5. The Heart of an Ironman. It is important for triathletes to keep their energy levels high. They must eat and drink while they race, or they may run out of energy. That happened to Julie Moss in the 1982 Ironman. She was in the lead of all the women racers. Her body ran out of energy, and she fell down while she was running. After a few minutes, she stood up and started running again. She fell another time. This happened 4 times. Another racer passed her and won the Ironman. But Moss would not quit. She crawled across the finish line just 29 seconds after the winner. In 1985, Moss won the Ironman Japan race. She has done many other great things, but she is best known for the Ironman race she did not win. She would not quit, even when her body tried to. She has the heart of an Ironman. Could you be an Ironman too?